Hi there, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. This is your place to practice real, slow English and learn something useful for your life at the same time. If you're trying to become better at speaking, listening, and understanding English, you're in the right place. My name is Alex, and I'm really happy you're here with me. Let me tell you what just happened. I sat down to prepare this podcast, but I opened my phone for just one moment. I wanted to check one video. 10 minutes later, I was still watching. Have you ever felt like that? Like your time disappears without you even noticing? That's how bad habits begin. Quietly. Slowly. At first, you don't even realize it's happening. You tell yourself, I'm in control. But before you know it, you're not. You feel stuck. Maybe even disappointed in yourself. But here's the truth. It's not about being lazy. It's about the way your brain works. Your brain always looks for what feels easy and comfortable. That's how habits are formed, by repeating what feels simple and safe. It could be skipping your study time, putting off your goals, or checking your phone every few minutes. These things can become strong habits without you planning it. That's why this episode is very important. Today, we're going to understand where bad habits come from and how to change them, step by step, without being hard on ourselves. We'll go through simple techniques, real-life examples, and practical ideas to help you stay focused, stay motivated, and start believing in yourself again. And by the way, if you're new here, there's a free practice file in the description. It's a PDF with vocabulary, grammar, and listening activities that go with today's episode. I really suggest you download it. It will help you get more from this podcast. And here's a bonus for you. Stay till the end of this episode, because I'll give you a short vocabulary explanation. I'll break down key words from this conversation and explain them in clear and simple English so you can remember them better. If you feel like your phone is stealing your time, or you eat too much junk food, or you always overthink and stress out, or maybe you just feel behind in your life goals, then this episode is for you. I want to help you understand what's really going on in your mind and how to make small, gentle changes that actually work. Okay, I've put my phone away now for real. Let's start. Let's talk about habits, healing, and how to take back control. Let's be honest. Bad habits don't come with big warnings. They don't say, I'm here to waste your time. They appear quietly. Like that one video you watched yesterday. 1 becomes 10. 1 missed English session becomes a week. 1 skipped workout turns into a month. That's how it happens. And then you blame yourself. You say, I'm just lazy. But maybe you're not lazy. Maybe your brain is just doing what it always does, following the same path over and over again. Our brains love routine, even if the routine isn't helping us. Here's something interesting. The brain loves patterns, even unhealthy ones. Imagine walking on a small dirt path every day. The more you walk on it, the smoother it becomes. It's easier to walk that way again tomorrow. That's how habits are built. So, if you want to change a habit, you don't just stop walking the old path. You have to start walking a new one. At first, the grass is tall and it's hard. But if you keep walking, it becomes easier. Your brain begins to learn the new pattern. Here's a small tip for English practice. Choose one sentence from this podcast, just one, and repeat it out loud every morning. Use the same sentence for a week. This helps your brain build the new language path. Doing the same thing every day may sound boring, but repetition is actually powerful. It tells your brain, this is important. And when your brain thinks something is important, it pays attention. Now here's something people often get wrong. Just stopping the bad habit doesn't usually work. Why? Because your brain doesn't like empty space. When you say, I won't do that anymore, your brain gets confused. It asks, what do I do now? That's why you need to replace, not just remove. Don't just stop using social media. Replace that time with something else. Maybe listen to this podcast for 5 minutes. Repeat a sentence. That's your new activity. Another idea. Instead of saying, I won't check my phone after dinner, say, after dinner, I'll listen to an English podcast for 3 minutes. It's a small change, but it makes a big difference. Your brain now has something new and clear to do. Here's another micro tip. When you reach for your phone, pause and say, okay, time to record a 10-second English message. You don't need to send it, just speak. That moment changes everything. Now, let's talk about timing. There's a short moment right before a habit starts. It lasts about 5 minutes. That's the golden time. If you can do something different in those 5 minutes, the habit doesn't win. Imagine you want to watch Netflix again. If you don't open that tab in the first 5 minutes, chances are you won't watch it. So when the urge appears, do something else right away. That pause is powerful. Here's a language tip. When you sit down after work and feel like scrolling your phone, say out loud, just 5 minutes of English. Play the podcast. Listen. That small step creates momentum. And once you begin, it's easier to continue. That's how energy works. One small action can turn your whole day around. And now, let's talk about something we all feel. Guilt. Guilt is heavy. It makes us feel like we're failing. But guilt doesn't help us change. Asking questions does. So instead of saying, I failed again, try saying, why did that habit come back? That question brings awareness, not shame. Here's a phrase you can use. I noticed something. That's it. When you notice without judging, you give yourself the power to choose again. If you didn't practice English today, don't say, I'm bad at this. Say, I'm learning, I'm noticing my habits. That means I'm growing. It's a kinder way to talk to yourself, because learning anything, especially a new language, means you'll make mistakes. That's normal. Growth comes from being kind and trying again. Now let's finish with something strong. The biggest key to breaking bad habits is this: your identity. What you believe about yourself changes what you do. Don't just say, I want to learn English. Say, I'm becoming someone who speaks English every day. That's a big shift. You're not chasing a goal. You're living a new way. And when you change how you see yourself, your habits will change too. So say this out loud. I'm the kind of person who keeps going even when it's hard. That's powerful. And that's how your life begins to transform. Now it's time for the vocabulary breakdown. I'll go over some important words from today's episode and explain them simply. Take a deep breath. Let's begin. Addiction, a strong habit that's hard to stop. It usually feels good in the beginning but causes problems later. Doom scrolling. Reading too much negative or sad content online. It makes you feel worse. Carve, to slowly create something new, like a path or habit. Trail, a path, usually in nature. In this podcast, it means a mental routine. Nourishing, something that feeds your mind or body in a good way. Awareness, knowing what's happening inside or around you. Blueprint, a basic plan or structure for building something. Streak, doing something for many days in a row. Compound, when small things grow bigger over time. Embody, to live something out in your actions and behavior. Say one of these words out loud. Try using it in a sentence today. You're improving every day, even if it doesn't always feel like it. Thank you for listening. I hope today's episode helped you see your habits in a new way and gave you useful English practice at the same time. Don't forget to check the free download in the description. Take one small action today. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep going, keep learning, and keep speaking.